Hello, children. Welcome to physics class. The chapter is force and pressure. Today's our topic gravitational force. In 4th century BC, the Greek philosopher Aristotle, one of the greatest philosopher who ever lived and the first genuine scientist in history, taught that there is no effect or motion without a cause. What a great prediction. Dear children, do you know science begins by asking questions and then seeking answers? Let we too start our today's topic by the following questions. How were galaxies formed? Galaxies were born when vast clouds of gas and dust collapsed under their own X factor, allowing stars to form. How were galaxies formed? Galaxies were born when vast clouds of gas and dust collapsed under their own X factor, allowing stars to form. What is that X factor? That is the one today we are going to find. Why do leaves or fruits fall on the ground after breaking from trees? Earth's X factor pulls down anything that it is not held up by some other force and keeps you and me on the ground. What is that X factor? Right. That is the one we are going to find. Why do planets go around the sun? And the satellites revolve around the planets? The sun's X factor pulls on the planets. Again, what is that X factor? That is the one we are going to find. Why do satellites revolve around the planets? Satellite experiences a X factor pull from its planet. Have you watched falling snow, rainfall, falling objects? These are all the common experiences in our day to day life. Why the snow falls down, the rain comes down, why the objects moving down and just look at that. Now here I'm going to ask you this. Have you ever wondered why it is so? What is that it? You observe the formation of galaxies and the planets revolve around the sun, then satellites around the planet. Here you observe these in our day to day life, we come across very often. Have you ever wondered why all these? What forces are acting on a falling object? So you want to know what is that X factor? Well, here is a traditional legend story of that X factor. Sir Isaac Newton was an English mathematician and physicist who lived from 1642 to 1727. Figure, well-known one. This legend fact made a great revolution change in the history of physics. The legend is that a young Isaac Newton was sitting beneath an apple tree, contemplating nothing but look thoughtfully for a long time. Because here, so far, what the questions we discussed, even he too had in his mind all those questions. The mysterious universe. Newton discovered gravity when he saw falling apple while thinking about the force of nature. By this great event, Newton realized that some force must be acting on falling objects like apples, because otherwise they would not start moving from rest. Newton also realized that the moon would fly away from the earth. We know that the moon, what it revolves around the earth. If no force between these two means, here what should that means? Here moon would fly away from the earth in a straight line tangent to its orbit if some force was not causing it to fall towards the earth. The moon is only a projectile circling around the earth under the attraction of gravity. Newton called this force as gravity and determined that gravitational forces exist between all objects. Just have a look on this image. Fg equal to G m1 m2 by r square. This formula, derivations, etc. you will study in your higher classes. So here the main concept of this legend is that here Newton discovered the force of attraction. What so far we had in our mind for the formation of galaxies, solar system, and for falling objects. For all this, the main cause is gravity. Some basic facts about gravity. What does gravity mean? Gravity is a force of attraction that exists between any two objects. Just now we have seen. Let us try to point out the main features of gravitational force. It is always an attractive force. We know that in this case, no repulsion, just it is an attractive force. It is independent of the medium between the particles. What does that mean? For example, now between Earth and Moon, whether there is any medium, we know between Earth and Moon to some extent we have Earth's atmosphere. After that, nothing. Even if there is no air, anything, the force of attraction will be the same. That's what. It is independent of the medium between the particles. If you take two particles, any two particles, say for example A and B, whether you place in air or in vacuum, we find what? The same gravitational force of attraction between those two. That is the meaning of independent of the medium between the particles. Holds good over a wide range of distances. What is that? From interplanetary distances to interatomic distances. Have you understood this? This means here there is force of attraction, gravitational force between two planets which are with vast distance. The distance between the planets, millions of kilometers between the stars, there exists gravitational force between two stars. At the same time, even there exists gravitational force between two atoms also. That's what it holds good over a wide range of distances. That is from interplanetary distances to interatomic distances. Another one, it is an action-reaction pair. Every action, there will be a reaction like that. What we exert force on the earth exerts same force on us. That's what it is, an action and reaction pair. Okay, children. Now we shall take one more important factor is this. Gravitational force is a non-contact force. Why? Gravitational force acts even when the objects are not in contact, touch. Okay, here just you know now, between two planets, there is no contact between Earth and Moon. Yet we find what gravitational force. Hence, gravitational force acts even when the objects are not in contact. Hence, the gravitational force is a non-contact force. I hope now you got clear idea about gravitational force. Now let us conclude. There is a force of gravity between the sun and earth, between earth and us, even between two marbles, projectiles, satellites, planets, galaxies, and clusters of galaxies are all influenced by gravity. Gravity holds together the entire solar system and galaxies, and nothing but complete universe is completely influenced by the gravitational force. Thank you, children.